What if I told you the foods you've trusted your whole life might be quietly stealing your memories, one bite at a time? After 60, your brain isn't just older, it's more fragile, more precious, and far more vulnerable. And right now, 8 everyday nutrients, some hiding in so-called healthy foods, are accelerating the journey toward forgetfulness, confusion, even dementia. But here is a good news for you. Before this ends, you'll know exactly what they are and how to fight back. Let me unveil exactly what these 8 neural saboteurs are, what groundbreaking research reveals, and most importantly, the simple yet powerful food transformations that can become your brain's greatest allies. First, we confront the warm betrayer, saturated fats. Picture this: the butter melting on your morning toast, that perfectly marbled steak sizzling with promise, the rich cream sauces that once brought such joy. For decades, saturated fat was simply part of life's pleasures. But as we cross into our 60s, something sinister shifts. The very fats that once nourished us begin their quiet rebellion against our minds. Saturated fats don't just raise cholesterol. They wage war on your brain's delicate ecosystem. Those blood vessels that have faithfully served your mind for decades suddenly become fragile, vulnerable targets. When these vessels stiffen and narrow under saturated fat's assault, your brain gasps for oxygen, starves for nutrients. This isn't some distant threat lurking in your future. This is happening right now, affecting your daily mental performance. The science is undeniable and heartbreaking. The annals of neurology revealed that women over 60, 5 consuming higher saturated fat scored devastatingly lower on memory tests. Their cognitive abilities aged by 6 additional years. 6 years of memories, stolen by something as innocent as choosing the wrong fat. But the destruction cascades deeper. Saturated fats ignite inflammation in your brain's sacred chambers, severing the delicate conversations between neurons. Your brain struggles to form new memories, to retrieve precious moments. Those frightening instances when words vanish mid-sentence, when you reread paragraphs endlessly without comprehension, these aren't random occurrences. They're your brain's desperate cries for help. Yet redemption awaits. Replace these neural toxins with brain-loving fats like golden olive oil, crunchy walnuts, creamy avocados. Watch as healthy blood flow returns as memories sharpen. This isn't about sacrifice. It's about choosing foods that honor your mind's magnificence. But if you believe fat is your only enemy, prepare yourself for a sweeter, more insidious betrayal. Number 2. In the list of silent assassins, sugar is the second destroyer. Doesn't announce itself with fanfare. It slips silently into your morning cereal, lurks in salad dressings, masquerades in flavored yogurts, even hides in those deceptively healthy protein bars. After 60, your brain's relationship with sugar transforms from friend to foe. What once energized you now slowly drains your cognitive life force. Aging naturally reduces insulin sensitivity, and your brain suffers most cruelly. Excess blood sugar creates what scientists now call type 3 diabetes, insulin resistance specifically targeting your mind. This means impaired energy delivery, devastating inflammation, and direct assault on your hippocampus, memory's sacred ground. Neuroscience research from 2017 delivered a shocking revelation: older adults with elevated blood sugar, even without diabetes, showed shrinking gray matter in regions controlling memory and decision-making. Sugar feeds oxidative stress, disrupts neural communication, makes memory formation and retrieval increasingly impossible. Those moments when you forget why you entered a room, when conversations slip away mid-thought, sugar may be orchestrating this cognitive chaos. The most dangerous aspect is sugar's invisibility. That innocent teaspoon in coffee, those seemingly harmless packaged snacks accumulate into a metabolic hurricane your aging brain cannot weather. The result: brain fog, sluggish recall, dramatically increased cognitive decline risk. Victory doesn't require complete sugar elimination, just sugar intelligence. Read labels religiously, abandon processed snacks, embrace natural sweetness from antioxidant, rich berries, warming cinnamon. Even small portions of dark chocolate. These choices deliver brain protection instead of inflammation. But sugar pales compared to our third villain, one so dangerous some nations have banned it entirely, yet it still lurks in your food supply. Number 3. Trans fats. Trans fats represent perhaps the most insidious threat to your aging brain. While many countries have restricted these neural poisons, they persist in packaged baked goods, frozen pies, margarine, coffee creamers, fast foods. They hide behind deceptive names like partially hydrogenated oils, but make no mistake, even microscopic amounts devastate brain health after 60. Trans fats trigger systemic inflammation, destroy normal fat metabolism, and harden your blood vessel walls. Your brain depends on flexible, healthy vessels for its oxygen and nutrient lifeline. When that supply becomes compromised, your ability to think clearly, focus intensely, and retain precious memories crumbles. The most alarming study emerged from neurology in 2019. Researchers tracked blood trans fat levels in over 1,600 adults past 60 for an entire decade. The results were terrifying. Those with highest trans fat levels faced 75% higher dementia risk. These weren't people consuming excessive amounts. These were normal individuals eating routine snacks, spreads, and processed foods. Cognitive destruction often begins subtly. Forgotten parking locations, missed appointments despite written reminders. You attribute it to stress or natural aging, never suspecting that seemingly innocent foods are orchestrating long-term neural damage. Liberation is surprisingly simple. Eliminate anything containing partially hydrogenated oils. Abandon ultra-processed snacks, embrace whole, fresh foods. Cook with healing fats like extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil. Choose brain-nourishing snacks like walnuts or popped popcorn over packaged pastries. These switches reduce inflammation while providing the healthy fats your brain craves for optimal function and repair. While trans fats assault your brain's structure, our fourth enemy attacks differently, spiking blood sugar, crashing energy, leaving your mind foggy and exhausted. Most people begin and end each day consuming this cognitive poison. Number 4. Refined carbohydrates. Refined carbohydrates deliver quick energy bursts, but offer your brain nothing substantial. White bread, white rice, sugary cereals, pastries, even those deceptively healthy crackers strip away fiber and nutrients, converting instantly to sugar upon consumption. After 60, this becomes your brain's nightmare. Refined carbs create blood sugar roller coasters that devastate more than energy levels. They destabilize glucose in your brain, your mind's primary fuel source. When that fuel becomes unreliable, focus wavers, information recall fails, mental alertness disappears. Changes seem subtle initially, maybe concentration difficulties or increased forgetfulness, but effects compound relentlessly. The Journal of Alzheimer's Disease published findings in 2018 that were impossible to ignore. People over 60 consuming the highest refined carb amounts faced 44% greater mild cognitive impairment risk. This precursor to serious memory disorders often begins with everyday foods that appear completely innocent. Beyond sugar crashes, refined carbs fuel insulin resistance, interfering with neural communication. Your brain struggles to form and retrieve memories efficiently. When this happens daily, mental sharpness inevitably dulls. The solution is elegantly simple, without requiring carbohydrate elimination. Switch to complex carbs that digest slowly, maintaining stable blood sugar. Choose steel, cut oats, quinoa, sweet potatoes, brown rice, whole grain bread. Add fiber, rich vegetables, pair carbs with protein or healthy fats to prevent spikes. These changes don't just support memory. They provide your brain reliable, steady fuel throughout each day. But there's another hidden danger many overlook, not in food's sweetness, but in its saltiness. Something that raises blood pressure, stiffens arteries, and silently strangles the blood supply your brain desperately needs. Number 5. Salt. Our fifth culprit flies completely under most radars. Unless actively avoided, it's easy to underestimate actual consumption. After 60, excess sodium transcends heart concerns, quietly interfering with brain health in profound ways. Aging naturally reduces blood vessel flexibility. Combined with high sodium diets, this elevates blood pressure, affecting your brain more dramatically than most realize. High blood pressure reduces oxygen, rich blood reaching your brain's most delicate areas, especially those governing memory and learning. Over time, this reduced circulation contributes to vascular cognitive impairment, memory problems stemming directly from poor blood flow. A Canadian study published in 2020 followed older adults consuming high-sodium diets. Results were eye-opening. Participants with consistently high sodium intake showed greater cognitive performance decline, especially when exercise was lacking. The impact doesn't happen suddenly, but gradually. One processed soup here, one frozen dinner there, and slowly memory begins dimming. This isn't just forgetting names or misplacing keys, it's losing mental clarity, struggling with focus, feeling cognitively slower than before. The source could be as simple as lunch seasoning or hidden ingredients in store-bought meals. Solutions are manageable once you know where to look. Read nutrition labels carefully, seek low-sodium or no-salt added options. Replace processed meats with fresh, unseasoned proteins. Season food with herbs, garlic, lemon juice, spices instead of reaching for salt. Your food remains delicious while your brain receives protection. While salt silently raises blood pressure and cuts brain circulation, our sixth threat operates differently, disrupting brain chemistry without affecting blood pressure at all. It's hiding in sugar, free products, favorite gums, diet drinks. What it does to memory may shock you completely. Number 6. Artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame are marketed as healthier sugar alternatives, especially for older adults monitoring weight, blood sugar, or diabetes risk. What many don't realize is that sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin don't just affect waistlines. They alter brain chemistry in ways that impact memory, mood, and cognitive clarity. Aspartame, particularly controversial, appears in sugar-free gum, diet sodas, flavored yogurts, many light processed foods. It breaks down into several byproducts, including phenylalanine. While phenylalanine is a natural amino acid, excess amounts interfere with key neurotransmitter production, including serotonin and dopamine, two chemicals critical for memory retention, mood balance, and mental alertness. Research in Behavioral Neuroscience journal found that long-term aspartame consumption in older adults linked to increased brain oxidative stress and noticeable spatial learning and memory task impairments. It didn't require massive amounts either, just typical daily exposure through diet sodas or sugar-free products. Effects aren't always immediately dramatic. Sometimes they're as subtle as concentration difficulties, increased brain fog, or frequent mental blanks. These changes creep up over time, making them extraordinarily dangerous. We blame aging when really, it might be what's sitting in our refrigerator. Hope exists in simple shifts. If cutting sugar, choose natural alternatives like pure stevia or small amounts of raw honey if blood sugar permits. Whole fruits like berries offer natural sweetness with brain, protecting antioxidants. Most importantly, reduce dependence on hyper-sweetened foods altogether. Recalibrating taste buds reduces artificial sweetness cravings. If artificial sweeteners disrupt brain chemistry quietly, our seventh nutrient is even more deceptive, because it's socially normalized. It appears in celebrations, stress relief, even daily rituals. But for aging brains, it's anything but harmless. Number 7. Alcohol. Alcohol often escapes brain health discussions. It's socially accepted, even encouraged in moderation. A dinner wine glass, cocktails with friends. But after 60, our body's alcohol processing changes dramatically, along with brain impact. Aging makes livers less efficient at metabolizing alcohol, while brains become more sensitive to its effects. What felt like one harmless drink now lingers longer in bloodstreams, penetrating brains more deeply, disrupting neural communication. That occasional word slurring, forgetfulness after drinking, or groggier morning wakings are early signs your brain's resilience is being challenged. The Lancet Public Health study showed that even moderate alcohol intake in older adults associated with smaller hippocampal volume, the exact brain region responsible for memory formation. In simple terms, alcohol shrinks your brain's memory center. Even casual drinking impairs decision-making, slows cognitive processing, increases dementia development risk. Effects accumulate relentlessly. More frequent drinking, even just 1 or 2 daily glasses, increases brain cell oxidative stress, disrupts essential memory consolidation sleep cycles, and interferes with key brain, boosting nutrient absorption like B vitamins and magnesium. That's a steep price for momentary mood elevation. Complete elimination isn't necessarily required, though for some, that might be optimal. Awareness is powerful. Start reducing intake, limit drinking to special occasions, sip slowly, avoid daily habits. Choose alternatives like sparkling water with lemon or evening herbal teas. These protect your brain while supporting hydration and deeper sleep, 2 things alcohol quietly sabotages. What if I told you there's one final brain disruptor hiding in foods marketed as healthy, especially for older adults? It's not alcohol or sugar. It's something even more overlooked, yet affects how well your brain cells communicate with each other. Number 8. Nitrates and nitrites are 8th and final destroyer. Might sound like chemistry lab compounds, but they're quietly lurking in foods people over 60 reach for daily. Deli meats, hot dogs, bacon, sausages, even some healthy packaged meals. They're added to preserve color, prevent bacterial growth, enhance flavor, but they also quietly interfere with your brain's very wiring. Regular consumption, especially from processed sources, converts these compounds into nitrosamines in your body, compounds known to be neurotoxic. Over time, nitrosamines damage delicate blood vessel linings, reducing brain blood flow. When your brain isn't receiving needed oxygen and nutrients, memory function starts slipping. You forget names, misplace words, feel foggy, and many attribute this to aging, never realizing their lunch meat sandwich could be partly responsible. Neurobiology of Aging published a study finding that prolonged dietary nitrosamine exposure linked to increased Alzheimer's, like symptoms in animal models, including brain inflammation, neural pathway insulin resistance, and significant memory decline. This aligns with what neurologists increasingly observe: subtle but steady cognitive erosion in patients with high-processed meat diets. Here's the crucial distinction: nitrates themselves aren't always harmful. Naturally occurring nitrates in vegetables like beets, spinach, and arugula actually enhance blood flow and support brain health. The difference lies in source and processing. Processed food nitrates come with chemical cocktails, while plant-based nitrates come with brain-protecting antioxidants. The solution is clear: limit or eliminate processed meats. Choose fresh, nitrate-free alternatives like grilled chicken, lentils, or baked fish. For flavor, use spices like smoked paprika or garlic instead of chemical-laden deli meats. Consider adding brain-supportive greens to your daily plate. They can help repair vascular damage those hidden nitrates may have caused. Now that you've witnessed how 8 everyday nutrients can sabotage your memory after 60, it's time to completely flip this script. This revelation is based on meticulous research and expert consultations. While I couldn't cover every detail comprehensively, I've included trusted sources and studies in the description for deeper exploration. But here's what the medical establishment doesn't want you to know. Every single day you delay taking action, these 8 memory thieves continue their silent assault on your most precious possession, your mind itself. Right now, as you listen to these words, someone you love is forgetting a grandchild's name because they trusted the wrong foods. The question isn't whether you can afford to change, it's whether you can afford not to. Your memories, your independence, your very identity hangs in the balance. The choice is yours, but time is not. Act now before it's too late.